Good morning, everybody. Here it is, July 2nd. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning here, and I thought I'd just throw a quick layout update. It's been a while since I've had my other one. Kind of been going through a couple of little dilemmas here and there. Nothing major, just scale-wise on railroading. Many of you guys know that follow me on Train Life. I had decided to abandon HO and go strictly with O-scale, O-gauge. And actually start selling off some of my HO. I used MTH's software to make out a pretty good size O-gauge layout and realized that it was going to take a lot of space, which obviously I have. I had this room, and I got this room out here to do all the O-gauging I wanted in it. And so I got a pretty good layout. It was going to be like 26 feet wide and like 18 foot deep total between the two rooms if you put it all together. And it was going to be a pretty good extensive layout. There was actually going to be like 49 turnouts on the layout. And then when I clicked the little thing under the options to give the track listing with the price, just the turnouts alone were around $4,000. And I was like, wow, okay, now let me rethink this in HO. And it was obviously a lot less. So my little O-gauge itch I was wanting to scratch has pretty much been scratched. I'm still going to do a small O-gauge layout. It's not going to be nothing elaborate. I've already bought some O-gauge stuff. As you can see, it's sitting right here. I bought a little GP9 Union Pacific. It's got the Proto 2 sound. It's a Rail King. It's not a Premier. What I do like about this particular Rail King is it does have 4 pickup rollers on the bottom versus most Rail Kings have 2. This one does have 4, so that makes it nice. It does have dual smoke units on it. And Proto 2 sound, operating coupler, everything you expect in an MTH engine. And then I bought a Premier 2-bay Southern Pacific Heritage hopper. That's the box car that came with the starter set, just a 50-foot Rail King. That's the tanker car came with it and the lighted caboose. I have purchased also a 64-foot, I believe, gondola, which is a MTH Premier. I got the MTH Charter Club car. I didn't join the MTH. I am a member of the MTH HO scale club, but I'm not the O. I bought this off eBay, kind of cheated a little bit. And then I got my only non-MTH rolling stock is this Atlas O cylindrical hopper, which I've really been wanting. If you've looked at my wish list on Train Life, this was in it, and I actually got this off eBay about 3 weeks ago. And believe it or not, I only paid like, I think it was like $35, $36. It was less than 40 bucks I paid for it. I was tickled pink when I got it. This one I got off eBay, and I only paid like $22 for it, and it had the box and everything. This was brand new to box, never taken out. I was tickled pink. Something's pretty cool about it too is on the top, the latches actually open up on the top, and it's very well detailed. Kind of impressed on an Atlas car, and this is from 1998. So if their detail was that good back then, I would hate to see what their detail is on their more recent cars. I was opting to go with the MTH Real Track, which you can see I've got a bunch of it over here, which all this is now up for sale on eBay. I really didn't care for it. I opt to go with the Fast Track. This is just in here temporary. I bought a small oval Fast Track, paid like $28 for this oval Fast Track off eBay. Bought these are 036 curves, bought the 048s at the Veaches up in Richmond I go to with that small straight section, which this is not going to stay here. This is coming out. Just I didn't really have nowhere else to put my O-gauge stuff set up. I had a buddy of mine come over. He wanted to get into O-gauge, and I kind of threw his up out. We threw his up out here. He bought. You can see the box up there, that orange box. He bought a starter set up at a Hobby Lobby on clearance for $100, and that's what he got. He got a steam engine and three freight cars and a caboose and that extra large oval. Lighted billboard and some road signs and the transformer sitting there for $100. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? My goodness. Now, I will admit, it's a Lionel engine, nowhere near the quality of engine of that MTH, but for $100, I think I could live with it. But my O-gauge will eventually go back out here, or I may talk the wife into letting me make a 10-inch shelf around the top of our bedroom and just put the O-gauge up there, because my HO plans have kind of blown out of proportion on me. Well, actually, that guy that brought that over kind of came up with a good idea. As you guys know, I like engines. I like all the railroads. I kind of wanted to implement them into my layout, and he kind of threw this at me, and I kind of rolled with it. I thought it was pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is in here, I'm still going to do my double main line. As you can see, I got my double main line down. I got a crossover right there. Start putting some of the track back down for where I can do it. double main line coming over. I am still running my outer 36-inch radius. I have moved the inner main line in a little bit for clearance and for ease, that I don't have to cut the turnouts or anything. They just put together. So I kind of just put the turnouts together right here and went off the center lines of them. So that my main lines are 2 3/4 inches on center. So that makes the inner main line at 33 1/4. Curve, outer one at 36. Same thing will be back in this corner, this corner. This corner they're a little narrower. I think I'm a 34 outer and a 31 3/4, 31 1/4 inner. But that's just because I don't have as much room to make the curve to go across the duck under. But I've got the main lines coming around. My mountain's still sitting there. It kind of looks kind of puny. I watched Flowmaster's video this morning, and yeah, my mountain don't look nothing compared to his. His mountains are sweet as hell looking. But anyway, I got my main line coming around. Double main line, they'll go around. I do have the thing coming off, which is going to be an inner, actually like a third main line. It's going to come around, and you see where the lines, this line right here is drawn up, and it's going to join back on up there with another number 6. And it's going to be like what I guess you call a third main line that's going to come around the inner part of the layout, and it's going to access all my industries. That way my industries are not stopping on my cars aren't stopping on the main line to go into the industries. I'm actually going to have its own little area off of it, so I can actually be running 2 trains around the main line in opposite directions, plus be switching through the industries and building other trains and not even have to worry about going out on the main line. So I thought that was a great idea. I am going to do Union Pacific and BNSF in here, kind of doing the western United States a little bit, because I live here in the east side of eastern United States. You know, in Indiana, see a lot of CSX. You go up to Richmond, see a lot of Norfolk Southern. So I kind of wanted to do something I didn't really see a lot of. So I opted to go with the UP and the BNSF in here. Now, what my friend came up with, and this is a great idea, since I really like CSX and I really like Norfolk Southern, but I don't want to implement them on one layout because they're in different regions, I thought, he said, well, why don't you make it a double room layout? So what I am now opting to do is I'm going to run my double main line. I'm going to put a turnout. It's going to come off back here, and it's going to come and it's going to split. I'm going to make a siding that goes around the outer of the main line back here. I'm going to put a turnout back here, and I'm going to have it start climbing. And you're going to have it climb all the way around till it gets up to the proper height, which I'm not sure which height it is. I've never done levels yet. I'll have to look into it. And then it's going to come across. I'm going to have a mountain built right here, and there's going to be a tunnel coming in. And the main line is going to come across the top here, have a double bridge, have a bridge go across this section of the track right here, and it's going to go out into here, and I'm actually going to build a 5x12. Well, let me duck under. Out here, I'm going to build a 5x12 that's going to go back here and across the length of the wall here, and then I'm going to have a 4x8 come out here up to this wall. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff here to move. This is all shipping stuff I've gotten in the mail, or I traded some stuff, so I had to ship some stuff out, so it's all going to go. And then with the 4x8, I'm going to have 1 foot section come off over here and curve around and come back over here. So I'm actually going to have another layout out here, HO scale, and this is going to represent the eastern United States, and I'm going to run CSX and Norfolk Southern on in this room. That way the 2 layouts will be connected with this one thing. It'll come through the door here, and it'll come back over, and it'll start descending back down, and I'll have a double main line out here on this layout. So I'll have 2 separate layouts, both with double main lines. One's going to run, this one here is going to run UP, BNSF to represent the western United States, and this room out here is going to run CSX, Norfolk Southern to represent the eastern United States. Not real sure of a track layout in here. Don't really have a track layout planned in there other than my main lines, and that's it. I don't have any industries planned yet for either layout. I'm just going to run double main lines on both, and I'll figure out the rest from there. But in the meantime, this is where I'm at. Figured you guys like do it. I'm hoping I'm not going to get in over my head on costs on doing an HO. I like engines, so obviously doing both regions, you know, I'm going to have engines from all the big 4, you know, UP, BNSF, Norfolk Southern, and CSX. Going to have all of them. So I'm a big engine freak. I'm going to have 2 engine shops, one in here, one out here. It's going to be pretty cool. That's why, you know, I was going to run my O gauge out here, but man, all the engines I can have with this dual HO layout, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. The O gauge, it may get suffered a little bit if if I get the garage built like I was planning on this year. Kind of got put on hold, but if I get the garage built, I may just move it all up above the garage and just keep my HO down here instead of moving my HO up there. But for right now, big layout, lots of track. No, and still, I guarantee I'm not going to spend half of what I'd spend doing the O gauge. So HO is back on the front order here, and still going to run. I did not sell my Digitrack system. I'm still going to run full Digitrack. I don't know if the 5 amp boost, 5 amp system is going to power both rooms. I may have to get a booster put on it to get more power to it. I'm going to have to run, obviously, a bus line will run the whole layout so I can run it off one. I may change the location of this. I may centralize it more over here to where I can, maybe get it central to between the two rooms. But it's going to stay. I'm going to stay with the Digitracks. Obviously, I've been told it's probably the best system to run for HO. I know there's a lot of guys that really like the power cabs. Some guys like the MRCs. My hobby shop runs Digitrack. That's why I chose it, and it seems to be doing just fine. I really like the dual throttles on the hand thing, but it's going to run Digitrack. It's going to be all Atlas Code 83 track, and as you can see right here, I got the Walthers turnouts, and they'll be all Walthers number 6 turnouts. I might run like a number 8 or number 10 back here that for the siding, just to give it a little bit better look going in the siding. But I've got number 6 right here. It's coming off into this thing, but not real sure where I'm going to put everything yet. I just know I got my main lines down, and I will run Industries off that. Obviously this has got to go as soon as I get somewhere to put this. I may just box it up for a little bit and just start going nuts on the HO. Get the road bed. Got a box of road bed bought right there, so I can start putting it down. I still, as you can see, the lines are still down. The red line's the inner, the black line is the outer. I had to move the red inner line out a little bit, so I did it in red so I don't mix it up. But this is where I'm at. I did rip it all up. The reason why I ripped it all up, I guess I should tell you this, I did rip all up. As you saw some earlier videos, I was running train around it earlier, my Bachmann DDA40X, which is sitting right back here. I was running it. It wasn't having much of an issue, but as soon as I put that MTH on, or that AC4400 on the layout, I was going over areas, specifically right here. I was getting some uncoupling. It was uncoupling because there was a hump right there. I had another one right in this area. You can't really see that box in the way. Had another area back here where I was having issues with the train uncoupling. Well, that's not always a good thing to have happen when you're running out of main lines, have your train uncouple. So I figured I went ahead and pulled everything up I had down before. And if you don't have good bench work, no matter how good you lay your track, you're going to have issues. So I went back through. I put some drywall compound, or I don't know what it's called. It's some kind of stuff I bought at Home Depot. It goes on pink, and when it's dry, it's white. It's sandable, paintable. So I went ahead and gooped it on there, got everything filled in, sanded it down real good, and now she's nice and smooth. I put a level on it. She's level there. I got the same thing going on here. I got it all sanded down. It's nice and smooth. It's level. It's flat. So I shouldn't get any issues out of that. That's why I've gone ahead and started putting the road bed back down. As soon as I get this out here, I'll probably today work on laying more of the road bed. Maybe get the outer main line and the inner main line road bed all down, and I'll get this road bed here all put in. I got to get up to Indianapolis to get me some more turnouts, or I may just order them off modeltrainstuff.com to save me a trip up to Indy. So this is where I'm at right now. Leave any comments, maybe ideas, thoughts, anything you want. I like it. I'll try to respond to them. I know I don't very often, but I try to. I'm on Train Life more, I'm on YouTube. So this is where I'm at. This is Model Railroad Addict, and I'm signing off. Thank you.